Hello everybody! So today I'm gonna explain how to keep your hair in crazy colors, just how to keep crazy colors from fading or semi-permanent dyes from fading. So that's what I'm gonna explain today, so yeah. The first thing you need to know is the brand of your hair dye and if it's a semi-permanent or a demi-permanent. Usually colors like this that are like really crazy bright are either semi-permanents or demi-permanents, but most of the time they are semi-permanents. Yeah, they're gonna fade really easily. The average time that a hair dye like this has is like 2 weeks to 3 weeks almost. If you want your semi-permanent or demi-permanent dye to stay vibrant and stuff, there's actually a lot of methods and stuff and tweaks in your routine or whatever that you can make so that your hair stays all bright and stuff. So yeah, I'm gonna explain to you guys what my techniques are and what you could try and some really easy stuff. So yeah. I know that some hair dyes have a longer time being bright than the other ones, but I'm not exactly sure what brands last longer or whatever. I usually only use Manic Panic just because I really like the color selection. Usually for Manic Panic it lasts 2 or 3 weeks, but with methods that I use, like literally I dyed my hair like almost a month ago like this, and the last time I touched it up, which wasn't much of a touch up, was like, I don't know, 2 weeks ago, so it's still really, really bright, so yeah, it's cool. Oh, also, if you want your hair to be pastel-y, obviously if you have a pastel hair color, it's gonna wash out way faster than if you have just like, you know, the dye from the bottle and you put it on your head. If you mix it in with conditioner, it's gonna wash out faster. So if you really want your hair to stay really vibrant, I would advise you not to go pastel because that fades really quickly. Yeah, so please. So the first thing to help your hair be really vibrant still is the shower. So, shower category. You're going to want to take cold showers. Now I know, for a lot of you guys, it's like, oh, I don't want to take cold showers. But, trust me, it will really help. Something that you can get around with this, if you just really hate cold showers, which I know I do, whenever you wash your hair or whenever you put your hair under the water, just turn it cold. But when you're like soaking your hair in shampoo or conditioner, just turn it back hot and, you know, just sit there in the warm embrace, and then whenever you put your hair back down into the water, then just turn it back cold. And it doesn't need to be like super cold, but trust me, if you have really hot water and you just stick your hair under it, you can see some of the color coming out just by warm water. So yeah, because it opens the cuticles of your hair, and when that happens, all the stuff and chemicals and stuff to color treat your hair would just go wee. So we don't want that to go wee. We don't want the wee. So scratchy, 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 scratchy. So yeah, when you're washing your body, just turn it back hot, and while you're like soaking your conditioner or something, that's what I do. And especially when you're rinsing out your hair from the conditioner, make it cold, because when it's cold, it closes all the cuticles and it soaks the moisture from the conditioner into your hair, and that's really cool. So yeah. So for shampoo and conditioner, I use color protectant stuff. I use Tresemme Color Protection. This is the conditioner, and I use the shampoo as well. Oh, and when you are shampooing, don't lather your hair so much because, you know, you guys probably have witnessed this, you know, you're washing your hair and you look down and the sink is the color of your hair. For me, it's like all pink and red, and it's like, ah! So the more you shampoo your hair, the more it's gonna come out of your hair. So really everybody's like, oh, you know, lather, rinse, and repeat. Don't repeat. Don't repeat unless you haven't taken a shower in like 2 or 3 days, or unless your hair is like really, really oily, just don't repeat. Just lather once, don't really scrunch all your hair. What I do is that I get a little bit of shampoo and I just get it right in the top of my head where it's most oily, and I never do the ends. Because when you rinse it out, the shampoo is going to go to your ends anyways. Focus it on the oily areas and don't repeat unless you really, really have to. Because, I mean, the more the more you do it, then how the color will go wee, and we don't want the wee. We don't want the wee. No. And then touch-ups is a really important thing if you want your hair to be like really vibrant. So what I do is I just put some of the dye, 2 parts conditioner and 1 part dye into a little bottle or something. And then when I'm in the shower, I just use that for my conditioner. And then I let it soak for longer than I usually do. So I don't know, 10 minutes, maybe 15. Depends on how faded my hair is. And then I rinse that out and it's like rejuvenated. So yeah, that's a good tip. Any type of dye you're going to use, whether it's permanent or semi-permanent, it will cling on to your hair way better if it's dry. So using this touch-up thing in the shower, it does work, but it would work way better if your hair was dry. So if you have time sometime and you don't have a lot of dye left, just mix it in with conditioner and it'll just kind of give it a more yeah. For heat, as in like straightening your hair and curling your hair and blow drying your hair, minimize it as much as you can, because any heat that you put on your hair will make the color go out and it will make it fade a lot. So yeah, minimize that as much as you can. I usually only do heat on special occasions. As you can tell, this is my natural state of hair. Mostly. I usually only apply heat to my bangs because my bangs are like my thing. Like if my bangs aren't nice, then I don't feel nice. So if I would do any part of my hair, it would only be my bangs. Basically, the straightener is the worst appliance of heat that you can use on your hair. Like ever. Crimpers would also be down with straighteners because it has a plate on the top and a plate on the bottom. So both sides of your hair is just getting drenched with heat and that's not good for it. So yeah, the straightener is the worst thing. If you have to use your straightener, like you cannot live without it, turn down the heat, like a lot. Like most people turn it up all the way. That's so bad for your hair. The straightener would be the worst. The second worst, or the kind of medium, would be curlers and wands and that kind of stuff. These are less damaging to your hair and won't fade the color as much because curlers and wands tend to only do it on one side. So if you have your hair like this, see it only gets one side covered with heat. So yeah, the heat will seep to the top layers, but it's only directly touching one side of your hair. So it's not as bad, but it's still pretty bad. So if you're gonna curl your hair or, use a curling wand, turn down the heat just like the straightener. And if you can, just like only, try and put it on the under layers of your hair rather than the top layers, because the top layers are gonna show, and if your top layers are fading, then that's not good. But if your under layers are fading, you can't really see it, so yeah. The best thing of heat that you can do to your hair is the blow dryer, and the blow dryer still is really damaging, but it is better because it's not direct heat. And also you can turn down the settings. You can have cold, warm, or hot. Usually, if you're going to style your hair, you would use warm. But if you're going to dry your hair, like if your hair is wet, you can use your blow dryer on cool. It will take longer, but trust me, it will fade your hair way less and it won't be as damaging to your hair. So, yeah. And whenever you're using heat, always, always, always use a heat protectant. Just please do it, because otherwise it's gonna not only fry your hair, but your hair is so vulnerable and it doesn't know that it's coming, and once it comes, it's too late. What I use is this Tresemme heat protectant spray, and it's really good and has a lot of vitamins in it and lots of chemicals also, but it really protects your hair. So yeah, use a heat protectant. So yeah, that's my advice on heat appliance, and now going into products and styling your hair. I'm going to start with teasing, and I know this is a big thing. Everybody loves big, beautiful, luscious, teased up hair. But teasing, we all know it's really bad for your hair just in general. It influences breakage and stuff, and it just knots up your hair, and then you're trying to brush it out, and then lots of hair falls out. Teasing is just really, really bad for your hair. But not only does it just make it unhealthy, but it fades out your color also. I always have alternatives. If you really, really, really want big hair, You can just use a blow dryer upside down, or, you know, the whole curling thing technique, like straightening but curling kind of thing. You can watch the video here. It's just me styling my bangs, but you can check it out anyways. It's really easy to do. If you really just have to tease, you have your teasing comb, you're like, I cannot let go, I can't. Make sure you get the top layers out of the way and only do the bottom layers, because, like I said, the top layers show, and so you just want to clip all that up, keep it all vibrant as much as you can, and just tease the bottom ones. That's it for teasing. Now, brushing. We all know you love to brush your hair and you're like, demode, but brushing your hair also takes the color out of it. Just don't brush your hair that much. I usually only brush my hair almost 2 times a day. That's before I'm styling it for school and before I take a shower where I'm washing my hair. I wash my hair every other 2 days, so basically I only brush my hair 3 times every 2 days. So that's not a lot, but it really does keep your color to stay intact with your hair follicles. So that's good. That's what we want. And now, touching and running your fingers through your hair. I know that's what I'm doing a lot in this video, but that's actually makes your hair fade also. If you can just try not to touch your hair as much as I am in this video, it will probably, not much of a difference, but it will probably be just a bit more brighter than if you were to go like this all the time. Okay, so products. Only use products if you know you're gonna style your hair. So basically, only use a heat protectant, you know, if you're gonna use heat on your hair. Only use mousse if you know you're gonna want your hair big. Yeah, minimize products. Only use it if you know you're going to style your hair. Most of the time, I hardly use any products and I just leave my hair be. It also helps with growing out your hair, which I'm currently trying to do. Doing these things will definitely help your hair be brighter, more healthier, and grow faster. So yeah, I think that's all I have to say for keeping your hair bright and keeping your colors from fading and your semi-permanent dyes from fading. So yeah. Okay, so I forgot one thing. Sunlight. So the sun rays fade out your hair. So this is why the top layers usually fade out more than the rest. If you can, just wear hoods when you're outside or something. I mean, even if it's not a really sunny day, it will still fade out your hair. So if you can, just try to avoid sunlight and become a white ghost like me. And I hope this video helped you. And I know a lot of people are going to ask, oh, what's the dye that you used for your hair? I used Manic Panic Hot Pink mixed with Rock and Roll Red. But the red washed out and now there's just Hot Pink left. Have a wonderful day. And I don't know. Slap a slipper. Slap it. Slap the slipper. I dare you to. Okay, bye.